Welcome to the Sparks Show, where we got comedy, news, and two forgettable digs.
With Sparks.
You got tiny wrists.
Pike.
Hates French toast and your children.
And you, the committee.
Yo, what up, fucker?
Subscribe now and become a committee member. Let's rock.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey. How do you like that?
Not a hop, skip, or jump in that intro. That's right.
Smooth as an anus.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Delicious like Rim Nation. That's exactly right. Hi, non-financial advisor at Pike Taylor Radio. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm just deadly tired. You know, near death.
Yeah.
As far as tired. Yeah, so that's where I'm at.
That's great.
But, you know, if you don't sleep, that's what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. How was North Dakota? You flew up to North Dakota over the weekend, which is, I mean,
I did.
Not something people typically say, and definitely not during a pandemic. So was it good? Was it worth it?
So worth it. No, I mean, it was great. It was good to see. I saw family. I saw friends, a few, you know, it was okay. So we had a wedding, and I know you strongly disapprove of all of my actions, and
yeah,
I'm trying to be as safe as possible with that, you know, without telling one of my best friends F off. I can't be in your wedding. You know? I know that's not what you would do.
I was expecting you to say I saw family and friends, and then ... for the last time ... I was just waiting. For that part. But no, I hope you were safe. I hope you were healthy, and I hope everybody there was the same, safe and healthy, the whole thing, man.
Listen, man, masked up as much as possible. I still like to keep distance, avoid people, and we did what we could. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Safe and sound, I hope.
Safe, so sound. Lots of safe and sound.
Oh, sound, good.
I got the whole new computer running here. We're good to go. Hopefully everyone can hear us. We got Donna watching live over on youtube.com/Sparks Radio. Big Joe is here as well. And look, if you're on YouTube, you're enjoying this, or you haven't been on YouTube, jump on there, youtube.com/Sparks Radio. Would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, the like button, the whole thing, man. We got a lot of things happening here. What's up? You give me that face.
Did you built a computer over the weekend?
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
Gone.
I mean, are we underappreciating like how wild, or is that easy to do? You could do it.
It's kind of like Legos, you know. You kind of assemble them and stuff, you know. But I did some insane shit I've never done before. I cloned my hard drive, which I've never done. Cloned.
A clone is that just fancy for copy and paste into a new hard drive, or?
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. Yeah. But identical. Cool. It's a replica, complete identical replica, which is cool. So yeah, Donna says we sound good. All right, good. That means we're good to go. And not only did I build a new computer, which I've been talking about for a very long time, Pike, but I have formulated 4 wealth pillars. That's what we're going to be talking about on the show for this upcoming week. These are the 4 pillars of wealth. This is what the 4 things all wealthy people do. And I know what you're saying. Sparks, you're in your parents' basement and you're not wealthy. I know! Okay? I didn't say I'm adhering to the wealth pillars. I'm trying. It's not easy, Pike. We'll get there.
Can we just address wealth pillars?
Pillars of wealth. Wealth pillars. Yes. Wealth pillars.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Wealth pillars.
Wealth pills. You got to take your wealth pills, brah. You got to pop them wealth pills.
Wait. Pills or
no pillars? But I'm calling them pills. What's wrong with it?
Okay, well, one is not better than the other. Who came up with this? I don't want to shit on it too bad if somebody in the committee
came up with it. I came up with it. The committee didn't recommend anything. The committee was worthless on this whole. Then again, I didn't really tell anyone. I just went for it. I was like, oh man, what's something that you could stand on? What's something that every rich person does? Foundation's kind of overused. Pillar? Let's go with you want totem? What do you want? What do you want to call it?
I feel like this. I don't know. This is just. I'm pretty sure I heard this in the Rich Dad Poor Dad seminar I went to. If you're familiar.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are we selling? Are we going to try to sell books and subscriptions at the end of this episode?
No, we're not selling books or subscriptions. The only subscription we're selling is a Patreon, Pike. That's what I'm talking about.
Patreon.com/Sparks Radio.
Yeah, by the way, if you're not on the Patreon, we are doing a special Reverse 5 on Friday this Friday night. Looking forward to it. It's going to be cool. That's where Pike, myself, and Greg Salerno are going to be on there asking you questions. So if you want to be a part of it, jump on the Patreon. Super easy. Link is in the show notes and description, the whole thing. And there's a bunch of other content that's still up there that Pike, you did a magic trick on that thing. It's amazing.
Really good one. Yeah. If there's any reason at all to subscribe, I would pay $5 a month to just be able to watch that same video.
Thank you.
Repeatedly.
Thank you. Quite amazing. It is totally worth it. So look, we got the wealth pillar number 1. Okay. Every day this week, we're going over a different wealth pillar. I want to try to tell you how to manage some cash, which no one ever told me any of this stuff. This is all what I've gotten from books and other podcasts and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, definitely look forward to wealth pillar number 1. Fuck you, Pike, for thinking that's a dumb name. It's a great name, and I hate you. Also, I'll tell you how we're giving out $100 over on Instagram. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And of course, we got the news that matters. But before we get to any of that, Pike, let me ask you this.
Yeah?
Let me ask you this. What's something that you hate that your wife thinks you love? And you don't have the heart to tell her, You're like, oh man, fucking beans. I hate beans and she thinks I love it. You're like, I love these beans, honey. Really good, thanks.
Right.
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay. Well, hate or I only do because I know how much she likes it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That'll work. Yeah, either way.
Okay. Well, then you know what I'm going to say. And she's in the room next door, so I'm not going to even say it. But you know the thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
No, come on. What are you fucking talking about? Well, I guess maybe you're not familiar then.
Are you talking about
it's a thing. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a very intimate personal favor one person could do for another. I really don't want to say it out loud. You know what? You're gonna have to say it, and I will nod my head. Okay.
I got it now. Why was I so? Why did I miss that? How was I missing that?
That's what I'm saying. You're just not familiar because apparently it's not something you offer.
Not something I offer. What are you talking about? I'm the champion. I'm like,
now
I'm the pro.
You never even heard of it a second ago, and now you're the champ. Okay.
No, I didn't know what you were insinuating a second ago. Okay, You didn't realize that you were insinuating something to the professor of the study of the subject. What are you talking about?
Okay. Now we're gonna argue who's the champ here. Do a little 2-person bracket.
Apparently you hate it. Apparently you hate. You're like, oh God.
No. Listen, no. If that was the case, I would not be so enthusiastic. Just saying. But also, the enthusiasm doesn't reflect necessarily like the enjoyment you get.
Okay.
It's somewhere between. It's somewhere between hate and love. It's just.
So what you're saying,
but you also put on this.
Men fake it in a different kind of way than women fake it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So essentially, this is equivalent to the fake male orgasm. Is men is just saying like Yeah, I love this. I'm enjoying this. Yeah. For her enjoyment, just like she would do that for your enjoyment. Like she would fake that.
Because there's no scenario where we would fake the other one, the actual one, right? That's just not
right. Yeah.
In what scenario? But this one, yes, sure, all day.
You know, I think we just discovered something, that this is how men fake it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can men fake it? They're all, that's like a topic of articles all the time. Oh, can men fake it? Yeah. And it's not when you think we are. There's actually a moment when we are.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand.
More acting. It's definitely, it's some acting involved.
Bro, acting. All these awards given out here, Golden Globes were, I don't know, Oscars coming up, whatever.
Yeah. Nothing on us.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Goddamn,
well,
best
hey,
actor.
are y'all?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm finished.
That's what you say when you're.
I'm finished. I don't know. It seems like overacting to me. I don't know if I believe you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the scene when they're like, and the nominees for best performance, Pike, Taylor, radio with.
I'm finished.
And then they all clap. They show you on camera. You're like, thanks. Hi. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Oh, wow.
Hi. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. My big scene.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this. If you had to drink your own piss.
This is the weirdest financial show of all time, Pike. Wealth Pillars is how I preface this. And now we're on this.
I'm finished.
And me drinking my own urine. Go ahead.
Let me pivot. If for every cup of your own piss you drank, your company matched another % into your 401k. How many cups of piss would you drink?
Is there no limit? Is there no limit?
No, man, no.
Okay.
No limit.
Look, I've drank pee before.
Yeah, of course.
I have drank pee before.
What?
Yeah. I drank a shot glass of beer. It was for the radio. What? Of course. What else? Well, it was Saturday night. I don't know. Looked kind of tasty. No. It was for a bit on the radio.
Oh, well, then by all means. But whose was it?
Well, one was mine and the other two were the other two show members.
It was like a mixed shot?
I know. I had to guess whose was whose.
Shut up. What kind of show are you doing? Oh, man.
What kind of show are you doing? It was classier than this one, is how this one's starting off.
What are you talking about? This is a financial question.
Oh, you're right. This is a financial show. So let's do this. Let's go here. Let me take you down a journey of drinking your own urine, Pike, because
sure,
it's not. I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's bad, but it's not awful. It's not awful. And you're used to putting things in your mouth that obviously you don't enjoy, is what we've talked about the first segment. So it's
stretching my words.
It's okay. How many? Now these are shot glasses, and look, you could take like a shot glass of basically anything and be okay. You know.
I know. I took a shot glass of Fireball and puked instantly this weekend. So I can't even do that. Dude, I could do. Oh my God, so many times.
Really?
I got, like after because it was like a 3-day bender basically. And ending with the third night was my band playing. I was at that point just kept getting like sicker and sick. I couldn't keep anything down. I actually had to throw up in the middle of a set, which is I've never done before. It's unbelievable.
Jesus, that's pretty rock and roll though, dude. That's pretty.
Oh, dude. I remember I had to yell down to the crowd, my buddy. I'm like, hey, get that garbage can and bring it up here. I need to put it on the side of the stage because, I'm not going to walk to the bathroom. Yeah, pretty gross. So anyway, yeah.
That's amazing. You did that this weekend? That's amazing.
Dad, yeah. I literally like took my guitar off. I'm like, I handed it to my brother who just sings. I'm like, hey, play this first song, would you? And I walked over there. You know what the worst part was? As I could listen to the band playing without me, I'm like, man, they sound pretty good right now.
Your brother's like, yeah, I can play and sing at the same time, no problem.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big, yeah.
Better than you. So yeah.
That's incredible. That's amazing. So, needless to say, don't take financial advice from us on this show. But I will say I would drink 100 shot glasses of my urine if they would match 100% of my paycheck. Are you kidding me? Without a doubt.
Max it out. Okay.
Straight down.
That.
By the time I got like to 60 or 70, I think I would be like rightfully hurling everywhere like you mid-set. But I would push through just to make sure that my paycheck would essentially double. It'd be amazing. Amazing.
How many glasses before you're just essentially like, it's going in one end and coming out the other simultaneously? Because you can't drink 100 glasses of piss without also pissing.
Are we talking about glasses or are we talking about shot glasses?
I said glasses. I was thinking like a full cup.
Oh my God.
No, make no mistake. This is a ton of piss we're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. I thought we were just talking about tiny amounts of piss.
No.
Good to know.
Does it change?
Yeah, of course. Of course it impacts my decision.
Okay.
You know what? I probably, maybe not any. I went from all 100 shots to 0 glasses of urine. Just be like, it's fine. I'm just going to open up my own IRA. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to take my own. I don't need your match anyway.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Well,
okay, interesting.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's what I'd tell them. What would you tell them? How would you do it?
I think so. At some point, it tastes the same. You get used to it. Like anything.
You don't. You don't get
like
used
the thing
to
we
it.
talked about earlier. You just the first time you taste it, it's like, "Argh." But after the 100th time, you're like, well, whatever. If you like it.
All right, I'm loving the wealth pillars. These are my favorite shows so far for sure. Oh man, I absolutely love this. Hey, let's do this here. Let's get right to after we go over the wealth pillar, then I'll tell you how you can get $100 on Instagram right now that we're giving away. Okay, I'll tell you all about how to do that. But let's dive into wealth pillar number 1. Each day we're going to break down a pillar of wealth. If I hate saying it, it sounds stupid. I agree, but if you can come up with a better name, please, and let's rename this thing. Especially if you're there. Sin Vegas 702 is watching. Don is watching. Big Joe is watching on YouTube right now. If you guys can come up with a better name than wealth pillar, please lay it on us. It's fine. But the very first one, this is super important. Do you budget, Pike?
My budget includes like like on your iPhone, you have your note app.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like
all the time.
Yeah. There's a running list of like, so I know what comes out on what day. Like that was for the longest time. I had no clue. Like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, your fucking electric came out today. And I'm like, oh, fuck, But now I finally got to the point where I'm that organized. I got how many bills I have, how much they cost, and I know how much I get paid, and that's about it. Yeah. That is about it. But it's helped a lot more than not doing it.
Dude, when I say this, the budget is paramount. I mean, it is the holy grail of all things financial. It is the most important and most powerful weapon you have to making money. Now, granted, I'm not a financial advisor. Pike's not a financial advisor. This is a comedy podcast, so please don't sue us. Consult a professional if you're going to take any kind of financial risk or decision in your own life. This is for comedy purposes, right, Pike?
Absolutely.
Now let's get down to business. All right, the budget. It is wealth pillar number 1, Pike. This is the most important thing. There's a saying, what gets measured gets managed. Okay? It's like when you were fat not that long ago. And then you're like, oh no, I'm getting fat because I'm having to make my own belt loops. And then you started eating right and exercising every day. And now look at you. You're svelte.
I don't know about that. I got fat again over the weekend. That's how I feel.
Yeah, but seriously, what gets measured gets managed. You don't know what you're doing with your money unless you physically see what you're doing with your money. And that's what we're going to start when we're making a budget. We are making a budget. We are tracking exactly how much you spend each and every single month. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and write down every single thing you spend money on. I know it's arduous and it's a pain in the ass and down to the cent. Yes, down to the cent for 1 month. It's not going to be that tough because I guarantee you use a debit card or a credit card, so you have expenses there. But then there's stuff that trickles through, right? Sometimes you use cash and those things trickle through and do, I don't know, you go out to a bar, you go out to eat, you tip somebody. There's a lot of cash expenditures that slip through. And that's why I want you to track all of those. Write them down in your phone, put them in the note app, just do it for 1 month. And then you put it on a spreadsheet and then you can physically see where your money is going. This is the step number 1 to making a budget and making a good budget. So you got to do this, Pike. You got to write down, you got to track all your expenditures.
Yeah. I've heard people like say with debt too, you just want to ignore it because it's a lot, but you don't know how much. But once you like actually add it up, it kind of makes it more like doable in a way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, you can't really address.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You can't really address the problem until you know how much the problem is, which is like why I would say I don't measure certain things because, if there isn't anything you can do about the problem, then you probably don't want to know how bad the problem is. So.
Yeah, you don't want to manage. There's nothing to manage if you don't want to know. Shit, I fucked that up. You don't want to measure if there's nothing to manage. There you go. That's
exactly, yeah. It's not going to help anything.
Yeah, you're having trouble managing it. Better not measure it at all. Understand?
Yeah, that's why, and people ask like, "Hey, how bad's that problem?" And you go, "I don't know. Maybe it's not a problem at all. I don't know."
You know what though? A lot of people, that's how they treat their bank account. And they do that all the time. It's like, dude, no, don't do that. Do not do that. It's such an easy thing to grab a hold of. One thing I learned when I started reading up on finances and all this stuff, personal finances specifically, money is a tool. And what you got to do is you have to give it a job. Money has been designed to be controlled. And we live in the United States of America, the number 1 place in the world that consecutively and consistently tries to steal your money. Everything around us is designed to take your money. Dude, you can't go 2 feet within your own home without some kind of product or brand advertising trying to go, hey, I need your money. It's unreal. And it works. That's why they do it. If advertising didn't work, no one would do it. Of course it works. Advertising works. So it's really budgeting, writing it down, tracking all that kind of stuff is fighting human nature. That's what you got to do. You got to fight human nature. The human nature is spend the money. But if you can fight it with a weapon called a budget, you can go forward and you can fight your own instincts to spend it. Fight these advertising people trying to take it, and then use it as a tool for your benefit rather than the benefit of other people. And that's what I want to go over today. So, are you ready to answer some questions?
Yes, really strong intro.
Thank you. I know it's like intro number 4, but who gives a fuck? It's my first time doing this. Here we go. What you're gonna write a budget? These are the answers you're gonna get. Right? What are you spending money on? You're gonna answer that one. What do you want to be spending money on? That's the exciting, fun part. It's kind of like when you go home shopping, they're like, what kind of home do you want? And you're like, well, I want like 4 bedrooms in a good neighborhood with good schools and a den And you want an office, right, honey? You're like, yeah, I want an office with an office and a big kitchen and a nice backyard. That's the fun part. And then reality hits that you have no money and you're going to live in a shit neighborhood and your kids are going to grow up to be idiots. That's the reality of buying a home.
Yeah.
Right? But when you're writing a budget, what do you want your money to be spent on? That is the fun, exciting question. Another thing you're going to realize is what expenses can I cut? What things can I save more on? It's like, Jesus Christ, I'm spending a lot on. I didn't realize I buy that much in potato chips or everyone uses coffee. It's kind of a trope in the financial world. They're like, oh, that's Starbucks. You can go with day without that. Fuck that. If you want the Starbucks, budget for it, but then just cut something else that you didn't need. You see what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to do it. So how do you formulate a budget, Pike? You go month by month. What do? People are habitual. And what they end up doing is you have your work day, you have your work hours, you have your favorite things that you like to do on a Friday, Saturday night. You have your monthly subscriptions, hopefully like a Patreon.
Patreon.com/Sparks Radio.
That's right. You have your credit card, car payment, rent. These are all stability things, stable recurring expenses that you have in your life. Track all of that. Track it all down. Put your credit card payment in there. Put your car expense. Put your rent. Put it all in there. Find out what you're spending money on. The 3 most expensive things in your life are where you live. That's number 1. Guarantee it. Number 2, credit card payments. Sucks. That credit card sucks so much money out of your wallet. What's up?
Do you have to count that if you just fully plan on spending that money that you've paid off that month?
No, you don't have to count it. Like I'll break it down a different way. Living expenses, transportation, so that's a car maintenance, gas, insurance. Cars are expensive. Getting from point A to point B is expensive. And then number 3 is food. Those are your top 3 expenses, the things that you spend the most money on every single month. So if you can cut back on any one of those 3 things, you're already in the black. You're already starting to make more money than you would be normally. That's what we call the low-hanging fruit. Cutting expenses is easier than making more money because it's readily accessible and you have access to it yourself. So
exactly.
Yeah,
it's your choice.
If you can do that, and you can, I guarantee you can. And this is where tough dad is going to come into play here. You're living dad. if you're listening to the words I'm saying right now, you're living above your means. I want to let you know right now, you are doing okay. You're doing fine. So I guarantee there's something in your life that you can cut out and you can save that cash. The only problem is a lot of people will cut something and then pick up something else. Like, oh, now I got a free $15 a month. And then they go and they fuck themselves over by signing up for a $20 a month thing. Does that make sense? So if you have like Spotify and you don't want to listen to commercials, just cut Spotify and listen to the commercials. If you have like a Netflix account that you can split with someone, fucking split it. Like save money, dude. This is your cash. This is amazing how much money you can start saving right off the bat. The next one. Make a plan and stick to it, which is the hardest thing in the world. Again, I'm telling you, you're fighting the human condition here. Make a plan, stick to it, create a budget where you are taken care of first. That's how you're going to stick to the plan. So a lot of people will make budgets and then be too harsh. And then they're like, it's like dieting. They're like, I'm only going to eat salad for the rest of the week. And then at night, they're like crying, sneaking candy bars and chocolate. Be like, I'm a failure. I'm a loser. Because you didn't eat salads for the whole, it's too hard. Ease yourself into it. You got to think of okay, so here's my example. When you get paid, taxes are already taken out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Government, the man steals that takes that from you before you have a chance to get your grubby fingers all over it. That's how you got to treat your own bank account.
Can you imagine if they didn't take it right away and they just trusted everybody would pay it back at the end of the year?
No one would pay. That's what you're doing with your own cash. You got to set up a budget where you pay yourself first. And how do you do that? You set a set amount on your paycheck to automatically withdraw. As soon as that check hits it, you automatically withdraw it into another bank account.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Do you do that?
That's a big boy pillar. No, I don't. I have at certain points in my life. I don't right now. So,
Jesus Christ.
What was that noise?
I don't know. Apparently, they're demoing the house above me here. But that's the easiest move. I'm telling you, if you got 10% of your check, this is an example. Take 10%, set it aside. Every month goes into a different account. Don't touch that shit. That's for you. You're paying yourself first. The government does it. Do what they do. Take it. Boom. Don't touch it. Then budget everything else around that. At least get 10%. And what that means is if you take 10% of your paycheck in 10 months, Pike, how many months until you get 100% of a paycheck?
Well, at least 5 or 6.
10 months, you'll get one equivalent of a paycheck saved. That means in 10 years, did I do that right? In 10 years, you'll get a full year's salary saved.
Wow, no, it's kind of fucky because of the 12 months. It's not a power of 10.
I think that's work. I think I did it right. I think I did it right. If you save 10% of your paycheck in 10 months, you'll have one full paycheck. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think in 10 years, you'll have a full year's salary worth saved up and you did nothing. It just automatically went in there. Check my math. I'm an idiot. But that's why my point is if you don't touch it, it just goes. Separate it from yourself. Pay yourself first. I don't want to get too hung up here on the pillars, but I want to have enough information that you give a shit. Exactly. Here we go. Sin 702 is saying, thanks, guys. Can't wait to make a budget. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Sin. Thank you so much. I got a couple more points.
He's being sarcastic?
No, I think he's being real.
Okay, good. Because I just cynical, I read that. It's like, thanks, guys. Can't wait to make a budget.
You know what, Sin? I'm trying my best here. All right? This is a wealth pillar. Enjoy being poor your whole life.
Maybe he's not. I don't know, man. Give him the benefit of the doubt. But
I love you, Sin 702. I love you. I'm sorry I got angry. I'm sorry Poppy got mad at you for a second. Pike poisoned my brain. I didn't mean that.
You're the one that drank all the piss earlier. Poisoned yourself.
All right, hold on. We're almost through this. We're almost through it, okay? I have a lot of notes here. Start setting goals for your money. This is exciting. Okay, you've tracked your spending for a month. You realize, where's the fat? Cut the fat out, right? I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I absolutely need health insurance. I absolutely need to pay my rent. I got to pay my credit card. I got to pay my car payment. I got to pay. What's left? I got budget some fun in there so you still feel like a human being, right? But I'm telling you, there's fat. You can cut some fat out of there. You're like, that doesn't, I don't care about that. I blew my money on that anyway. Boom, get rid of it. Then you do this. Then you turn around, you start making goals for your money. And this is what helps you save aggressively. You want to do that, okay? You want to save for an emergency fund. Saving it for an emergency fund, we're going to get into that as a wealth pillar tomorrow, saving money. But essentially, you should immediately start saving for 3 months of your monthly budget. So you start with your budget. How much do you spend? This is how much it costs for me to live every single month. That's what your budget should say at the end of it. Hey, this is how much I am worth as a human being. I'm just kidding. You're worth more than that. But this is how much it costs for me to live and breathe every single month. That's what a budget tells you. Okay. You need to multiply that by 3, and that will be your emergency fund for 3 months. So if shit hits the fan like it absolutely did in 2020 and still is in 2021, if you can live for 3 months, you're going to sleep better at night, knowing that you have that a 3-month cushion to just continually live how you're doing right now without breaking a sweat. Save for an emergency fund. We'll get into that more tomorrow on the second big wealth pill. Aggressively paying down all debt. Debt is awful. That's wealth pill number 3. Achieve a specific savings rate. Maybe you want to save more. Maybe you can save 50% of your paycheck. Maybe you can save 60% of your paycheck. Listen to this. If you save 50% of your paycheck every single month, effectively what that means is that you can retire in half the time. That's amazing.
That sounds enticing. Yeah, well, tell me more.
Yeah. Think about it. If you're Pike, you're 30 years old. If you're going to work until you're 65, you got 35 more years of work under your belt.
Oof.
That's a long time. Wouldn't that be better if you only had, 17 more years of work?
Yeah, that would be ideal. I would like that.
So for the next 17 years, if you save half of your paycheck, you effectively could work half the time. That's how you got to think about this. This is how all these financial professionals are thinking about what they're doing and how to maximize that number, because they want to stop working as soon as they can so they can live. And I'm not saying save 50% of your paycheck and live in the street. I mean, that doesn't sound like fun for the next 17 years. Still be a human, have fun, take care of yourself. But there's ways to go about it. And that's what's really kind of mind-blowing. So aggressively save, get a savings rate and target that, and then try to achieve it. Of course, investing in your piss 401k, like we talked about earlier. Maybe you want to go on a vacation. You want to buy a house. Maybe you're into racehorses. You want to own one of those one day. I don't know, whatever you're into. Just have a goal. It makes everything easier. You're like, no, sorry, I'm not going to go out Saturday night, even though it's a pandemic and I'm going to get COVID anyway. I'm just going to stay home and save my cash because I want to own a racehorse one day. It makes it easier. Whatever you're into, budget for it, and then you won't sweat when you finally buy it. Okay, so that's pillar number one. Formulate a budget, put it in place as fast as you can. Track it over the next month. Put it on a spreadsheet. It can be in your phone. It can be anywhere. Just look at the numbers for a month, how much it costs you to live. There's, of course, a ton of apps out there like Mint. Mint is a great app. I know Personal Capital is another app. We're not affiliated with it. You Need a Budget is another app. That one you have to pay for, but I've heard a lot of people have a lot of great success with You Need a Budget as well. So it's, there's a lot of technology out there to help you, but do the first one on your own. Write it down, type it in your phone, put it on a spreadsheet, whatever you want to do. Get it down so you can physically see it, not just look at a screen, but if you're typing into each number, you're like, Jesus Christ, $1,900 I spent on Doritos last month? What was I doing? It's Jesus. Good God. What is wrong with me?
Big Dorito month. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. Sin702 says, look at this, Pike. In real, bro. I think he says he's real. Now he's saying, I'm excited. Right. He's excited to make a budget.
Then good. That's awesome, man. I hope you do.
I'm tired now. I'm fucking tired after the first wealth pill.
Pill. I don't know.
Popping these pills, bro.
What, dude? You as the kids say, man, you went off. You fucking lit it up. Big time advice.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jesus approved.
Doing the Lord's work over here.
Do you think people can continue to listen after you revealed the wealth pillar?
I don't think any. I think this is going to be our lowest downloaded episode of all time.
Well, if they made it through piss 401k, then they're probably here for the long haul.
It's a special week. It's a special week here. Okay, these are the wealth pillars. Very special week here on the show. Speaking of which, we have a lot of things happening over there on Instagram. You can go win my money. I'm giving out $100 of my stimulus check over on Instagram.com/SparksRadio, or you can click the link in the description. It's all going to be there, and it is a free $100. Super easy. Just jump on there, follow the instructions. $100 going out the door. Wednesday is when I'm going to be giving that sucker out. I'm trying to find the little graphic that I made for it, but it should be really good. There it is. Take my money is what we're calling it. Take my money. Boom. There it is. $100
Bam.
Going out the door on Wednesday. Almost wrapping up my entire stimulus check that I've been giving out here. So if you want it, at Sparks Radio on Instagram. Great.
Hopefully you got some more coming. Sounds like we're close.
I'm not giving out
Stimulus.
any more money.
No, not to the people, but to yourself.
Oh, yeah. I gotta pay for this computer, dude, that we're running right now.
Right. God, going well so far.
I got like a credit card bill staring me in the face. Talk about a budget. Talk about wealth pillar. Yeah, that was a tough wealth pill to swallow, that purchase. Are you ready for news that matters?
Yes.
Yes, this is the news that matters. Yes, this is the news that matters.
Holy shit.
You go first, Pike. I'm exhausted. You go first.
Oh, yeah, by all means. Take a breath. I know we love a good bank robbery, and this bank robbery, maybe the dumbest one I've ever heard. A guy in South Carolina tried to rob a bank when he drove through the drive-thru and put a note, a threatening, hey, I'm going to rob this bank, put the money in the bag, note in the tube. You know that thing?
Oh,
you
yeah.
Stick the tube
I
in.
love that tube.
Oh,
yeah.
As a kid, that was the most mesmerized I've ever been.
Yeah, dude.
I couldn't wait. I had no idea what was going in that tube or what was coming out, but I fucking loved it. Well, this guy put a threatening note in it. The note told the tellers to put all the money from the drawers back into the tube, or he would, quote, kill. Except the tube thing kind of like, took a lot of the power away from the note because he's in his car. They're inside where they can easily trigger the alarm, which they did. Police showed up. They got him. In fact, while he was still waiting, come back.
No way.
Yes, he was patiently waiting. He's like, they're probably helping somebody else right now. I'll just hang tight. The police showed up and got him. Yeah. What a Dumbo, huh?
That's amazing. That's incredible. And I'm talking about the police response time. Like, was this bank next to the police station? Because that is the most insane.
It could have been right around the corner. Or I'm saying he could have waited. Like, what if it was 10 minutes? He was just waiting. Because, I've waited in a bank that long.
Not when you're robbing it.
Well, dude, like I said, he's already a big idiot. He probably doesn't put that together. He's like, nah, they're not gonna call the police. I threatened to kill him. If that doesn't do it, the ultimate threat.
Yeah, I love me a good bank robbery story, but I hate these kind. Like, if this guy decided to burrow underneath the ground and pop up in the middle of the vault, then I have the utmost respect for this dude. Anybody who robs a bank with a note or a gun, you're trash. Like, you didn't hang from the ceiling through lasers. You didn't burrow in the ground. You didn't blow up the vault. You didn't wear a disguise of some sort. Get fucked. Get out of here. You're not,
For real.
You're the lowest class of criminal, and I have no respect for you.
Yeah, I agree. I do appreciate him trying to Luigi the money out of the bank. Does that even make sense? I'm picturing a tube. Yikes.
Yeah, I know. I got it completely. Yeah, I love that.
Boy, I had a lot of tired energy at the beginning of the show, and now it's come to a screeching halt in my brain.
Sorry, bro.
So now I'm saying no. I'm saying shit like Luigi tube. Makes no sense.
I understood it. It's not that bad of a joke. I got it. I love it. Yeah. Would you be able to rob a bank? Be honest. Would you be able to be calm enough to do that? Or would you have that nervous energy?
Dude, I used to rob gas stations silly. I'm telling you. Yeah. And I don't anymore. And I regret it. But there was a time.
Awful. Ash trash booty cheeks.
Hold on a second. You regret not robbing them anymore? Is that what you said?
No. Yeah, every day. I keep asking my wife if I can go rob a gas station. She says no. No, I regret doing. I'm not talking money. I'm talking like I was a kid. We'd be on a sports trip. We traveling for a baseball game, and we'd stop at a gas station. Man, if I didn't come out there with my baseball pants stuffed full of Snickers and Reese's every time.
Really?
Soda
you
pops.
Stole all the candy and pop and.
Yeah, every small town in Minnesota surely has been hit by me or one of my accomplices.
It has been hit like as a crime spree.
Yeah, they're still looking for us. You got signs everywhere.
No way.
You never have. You never stole anything from a gas station. I feel like everybody had that phase.
I told you I only stole one thing, and I took it back, and I apologized. And it was the donut. Remember, it was on the self checkout scanner, and it was 2. And then she's like, "Oh no, honey, it's 2 for Tuesday." And I was like, "Oh motherfucker."
It's 2 for Tuesday.
Yeah, that's when the day-old donuts were 2 buy one get one, and I thought I was being sly, and I stole it. And guilt ruined the taste of the donut, so I had to go back.
Right. Even though you didn't actually steal it,
I didn't.
It's essentially the same because you thought you were.
I thought I.
So you're still a bad boy.
Yeah, fucking criminal over here. Class A felon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've ever stolen.
Walked back in with that donut. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I know it's a bad thing to do. And listen, I mean, it's one of the commandments. It's Jesus's 5th least favorite thing people do.
It's a hell of a step down from murder, though. You know, it's like a lot less.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Candy bar.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, all the stealing is not good, but there's different grades of theft. I mean, we shouldn't put people in jail for stealing, anything out of Walmart you steal. I don't think you should get jail time. When you're stealing people's like pensions, if you're like Bernie Madoff, robbing old ladies blind in like a Ponzi scheme and everything, they get fucked. Then you're in prison. Enjoy the prison for the rest of your life. But if I'm stealing, okay, so for example, like I stole intentionally that donut. I never returned it because I felt bad. But I have accidentally stolen a bunch of like water and soda. Art, when you leave and you're walking out and you're putting it in your trunk, you're like, did they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I have the receipt? Whatever. Shut the trunk and just go. You're not taking that back.
What? That's okay. That's something.
Yeah.
You're not as goody two shoes as you quite sounded.
No,
a few minutes
dude.
ago.
Every so often they double charge you for something. It evens out. It doesn't matter. You're
that's what I told myself when I was robbing them with the candy. I said, surely they've overcharged me 40 candy bars at some point.
You know how many times I've been charged for organic apples when I didn't buy organic apples? Fuck that. You know how expensive the upcharge on those? No way, dude. No way. That is not worth it.
I don't even know what it means, to be honest.
Organic?
Because in my head, if you ask me, hey, are apples organic? I would say, yeah, they're from the earth.
It's pretty good.
But apparently there's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not that means. But anyway.
Look,
it's not a health comedy podcast. I'm finished.
It's not a health comedy podcast. It's a financial comedy podcast. You got Walmart. They're dropping the minimum order for its 2-hour delivery service. Oh, wait. I didn't want to tell you about this. I got another story. You know what? I'll tell you about that story tomorrow. There's some shit happening here near my house. I want to tell you about that one tomorrow. Oh. It's fucking wild. It's a wild story. What's going on here?
Live and local?
Dude.
Look at us.
Wild. International crime syndicate. Wild going on here. And like, what?
No shit.
Yeah. I mean, it was a crazy story. I was going to tell you about that. Anyway, you can order $35 worth of stuff now, or less than $35, and Walmart will deliver it to you. But nobody gives a fuck, so who cares? There you go. Trying to compete with Amazon. Good luck to Walmart. It's not going to happen. So there you have it.
Interesting.
What do you think about wealth pillars? You want to keep going with this for tomorrow? What are we doing?
Well, we started. Now, I mean, I don't, but we've already put the first pillar up, so can't just leave it.
What was the name of the pole that they stood on in Ace Ventura?
I remember they.
Did it have a name?
It had to have. Yeah, God, I don't know. I keep thinking of Chicago, but that's not the pole. That's the Chicago.
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 Chicago. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bumblebee tuna. Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay.
we'll look up those
Anyway,
polls.
let's just keep going.
All right. Call it Wealth Pillar. There you go. Number 2, Wealth Pillar is coming at you tomorrow. Make sure you're watching over there, youtube.com/Sparks Radio. You can always hit the subscribe button if you're doing it there. Hit the thumbs up. That really helps us out. Really do appreciate it. If you like this and you enjoyed it, send it to a friend. That's awesome. Probably a friend that's bad with money and needs some help. This is a good way, a good introductory course to say, hey, man, they're talking about some cash and I can understand what they're saying. That would be great. A lot of help. Appreciate it. And you can always follow this guy on all social media at Pike Taylor Radio. By the way, on Thursday, during our last pillar of wealth, Pike is going to be eating a jar of mayonnaise. The entire thing.
Oh, God.
I am looking forward to that. That's right. It's the best financial show of all time, Pike. I'm loving this.
Better than piss, but it still sounds disgusting. All right.
All right, there you have it. I'm at Sparks Radio on all social media. We'll check you here tomorrow for the second pillar of wealth. And any last words there, old Pikey boy?
I can't wait to get this tooth ripped out tomorrow because that's all I'm thinking about.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
Pike's getting his tooth ripped out tomorrow.
A miserable tooth pain. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention that. Have a good day.
Over, motherfuckers.